Assalamu alaikum everyone. So I hope you are all fine and doing well. So I'm also hoping that you are following your online classes, as we have discussed most major important topics for international business. So it's very important to follow each and every slide, each and every lecture, so at least you can have some ideas for, or you can learn something for your exam and for your future career as well. So we have discussed important topics. Today I want to discuss few case studies, maybe one or two. So if we got one or at least two. So why we are studying these case study, elaborating or analyzing these case studies, so it's easy for you to see what's happening in the real world. Like you can see practically what's happening to the companies operating in global market. So today we'll discuss about two case studies, or at least one. So there are once we have discussed a lot about benefits of international business, advantages of international business, standard of living, each and every points. But there is also a dark side of international business as well. That dark side is especially in developing countries, or because there is exploitation of labor, exploitation of children's. So there are many cases that have been registered in developing countries against a well-known companies in the world. For example, there was a building collapsed in Bangladesh, which 100 or over people have lost their life when they have found out the company was producing product for UK based company. So this company in the Bangladesh was producing garments for a UK based company, Primark. So hundreds of people have lost their life. There is another video leak which are showing the females working in Bangladesh in garment industries or factories are not being paid in last 4 months. So they are forcing them to work. They have told them that if you don't work, you will be losing your 4 month salary. So they're using that, and they're also, in some companies, they are using children for their jobs as well. So there are many other issues as well that have been happening in developing countries, that these companies are not following health and safety laws, they are not following rules and regulation. They are not paying their salaries on time, their employees salaries on time. They are forcing them to for overtime, and they are not paying them overtime money as well. They are not giving them proper breaks and allowances or facilities like insurance or anything. So that's why they are facing major problems as well. So that's the issue. Now today we'll discuss the case study of Siemens, which is a German company which has been involved in bribery in many countries. They used to give bribes in order to get contracts for their company, so which goes against international rules and regulation. It's a corruption. But this company was involved, has given a lot of billions of dollars in bribe. So in 2008, Germany in the United States has put fine on this company, because they have found out that Siemens were giving bribes in most countries in order to get contracts. So for getting contract, they were using illegal ways, so in order that their company can be a winner in this contract. So there are many examples regarding these issues, regarding this company. So they have given a lot of money in bribes. So in before 1999, I think it was not a crime to give bribe or money to a foreign politician or foreign person in Germany. But later on the Germany government has come up with the idea, come up with a new law that it's illegal to give bribe to anyone. So the bribery became illegal in Germany, that they were not allowed to it. In the law it was not in place that if you give bribe to any foreign national, they didn't consider it as a crime. So after 1999 they have decided with the new law. So let's read this slide. So let's see what has happened regarding Siemens bribery scandal that has been leaked and used by companies. In December 2008, Siemens, the large German electronic firms, agreed to pay 1.6 billion in fines to settle legal suit brought by the US and German government. The government has asserted that Siemens had used bribe to win businesses in countries around the world. These were the largest fine ever placed or levied against a company for bribes, reflecting the scale of problems at Siemens. Since 1999, the company had apparently paid some 1.4 billion in bribes. So it's not a less amount, it's not in millions. $1.4 billion has been paid in bribe. Like since 1999 the company was paying these bribes to politicians and leaders or companies in order to get contracts. So it's not $1 million, $1 million, $2 million or $3 million or $10 million or $90 million, $50 million. It's $1.4 billion. So it's a lot of amount of money that they have paid in bribe. So that's not a small amount. In Bangladesh, Siemens paid $5 million to the son of Prime Minister to win a mobile phone contract. In Nigeria, it paid 12.7 million to various officials to win government telecommunication contract. In Argentina, Siemens paid at least 40 million in bribe to win a 1 billion contract to produce national ID cards. In Israel, the company provided 20 million to senior government official in order to win a contract to build power plant. In China, it paid 14 million to government official to win a contract to supply medical equipment and so on. So imagine, that's not a small amount, that's a very big amount that they have paid. In Bangladesh, they have paid $5 million in order to get a contract, mobile phone contract. In Nigeria, they have paid 12.7 million to get a government telecommunication contract. In Argentina, the country was producing national ID card. It was a contract worth of $1 billion, so they have paid 40 million in bribes in order to get that contract. In Israel, the company paid again 20 million. In China, they have paid 14 million. So that's not a small amount. Yani پول کمی نیست. کمپانی سیمنس جرمنی فکر کنین اقدر دلار مثلا فکر کنین اقدر پول مثلا صرف رشوت دادن، 1.4 بیلیون دلار رشوت دادن. 5 میلیون دلار به نخست وزیر مثلا پسر نخست وزیر بنگلادش داده بودن. باز چقدر پیسه را به، یعنی یک طرف دیگه اینترنشنال بیزنس نشون میده چقدر بیزنس پیش رفته. همه قسم مثلا طرف سیاهش هم چنان است که مشکلات به وجود آمده. مثلا چقدر اینترنشنال بیزنس زیاد شده، همه قدر تا هنوز فقر از دنیا مثلا نتونستن در کشورهای افریقایی، در کشورهای غریب فقر از بین ببرن. مثلا چقدر روابط بین المللی بین کشورها خوب شده، همه قسم مشکلات روحی، مشکلات فکری، ذهنی، اضطراب و فکری، خودکشی ها در کشورهای پیشرفته دیگه روز به روز زیاد شده و میره. و همچنان کشورهایی که در حال پیشرفت هستن نتونستن که مشکلاتشون حل کنن. مثلا در کشورهایی که در حال پیشرفت هستن، بنگلادش، افغانستان، مثلا نیپال و همه قسم هندوستان و پاکستان، دیجا از طفلا استفاده میکنن، معاششان در وقت نمیده، کارمنداشان حفظ صحه را مراعات نمیکنن، مشکلات بسیار زیاد دارن. مثلا مثلا بسیار زیاد مشکلات است. کمپانیشان سیف نیست. یکی از در خصوصا که بنگلادش بسیار زیاد ویدیوهای اندرکور برآمدن که از خانم‌ها استفاده میکنن، برشان میگن 3 ماه 4 ماه شده که ماشان در وقت نپرداختن و برشان گفتن اگر کار نکنین 4 ماه ماشتان هم چنان میسوزه. و این کمپانی است که به بهترین فکر کنین که به بهترین کشورهای دنیا مثلا به امریکا و استرالیا و کانادا تولیدات میکنن و اوجا مردم خیستن که چطور ما از یک کمپانی خریداری کنیم که یا حداقل اونمو حق انسانیت یک نفرم نمیتن، حق یک کارمند زیر پای میکنن، ظلم میکنن. یعنی چیزایی هستن که قانونای بین المللی به خاطر نفعشان، کشورهایی که میخواین پیشرفت کنن به خاطر رشد اقتصادیشان از این سوء استفاده میکنن و در فسادی که در کشورها وجود داره از او هم سینان سوء استفاده میکنن، چون پول میپردازن یا کدام مشکل دیگه است. کسی نیست که از یا پرسان کنه که خوب بیلدینگتان سیف نیست، امن نیست، بیلدینگتان صحیح مثلا مشکلات داره، راه گریز نداره. شما دیدین در بنگلادش چند کمپانی ها مثلا آتش گرفتن، مردم سوختن داخلش کارمندهشان، ولی چون از نگاه صحی همچنان در اوجا کار کردن مشکل است دیگه، هیچ چیز در نظر نمیگیرن چون ایجا فساد وجود داره. و کمپانی هایی که در اروپا هستن و میتونن که یک جنس با کیفیت خوب و ارزان به دست بیارن، چون ایجا اینا تولیداتشان ارزان است، کارمندای خدمات صحیح نمیتونن، مثلا با کم قناعت میکنن. همین مشکلات است که کمپانیایی که کشورهای پیشرفته هستن همچنان ده مشکل پیش آمد. یعنی کمپانی سیمنز بسیار زیاد رشوت دادن به کشورهای دیگه که یک کار غیر قانونی است و خلاف اصول روابط بین المللی است. So that's another side of international business, that these companies are involved in giving bribes. So let's see. Corruption at Siemens was apparently deeply embedded in the business culture before 1999. Bribery of foreign official was not illegal in Germany, so thus easy in bribes could be detected as a business expense, so under the German tax code. In this permissive environment, Siemens subscribed to the straightforward rule of adhering to local practices. If bribery was common in a country, Siemens would routinely use bribe to win businesses. Inside Siemens, bribe were referred to as a useful money. So it was not easy. These Siemens were using in any country that people are corrupt, the politicians, everyone, that they can use at least money in order to win contracts. They were using that money. در هر کشوری که فساد اداری زیاد بود و می دیدن که در اینجا مثلا رشوت کار میکنه و از دو استفاده میکنه و پیش از 1999 یک جرم نبود در مثلا در جرمنی. می دیدن چند وقت پیش فکر کنم کمپانی سیمنز با در ارگم یک قرارداد بسته کرده بودن، خدا کنه که تا هنوز کم اصلاح شده باشن و با فایدهشان که باشه. میبینن در کشوری که غریب هستن مثلا فساد اداری زیاد است و مردم از پول استفاده میکنن تا بتانن و قرارداد به دست بیارن یا دریغ نمیکنن، همون پول برشان میپردازن به کسای سیاسیین، نفرایی که در تاپ هستن، نفرایی که دست دارن در قرارداد پول پرداخته میشه تا قرارداد کمپانی سیمنز به دست بیارن. So when the German law changed in 1999, Siemens carried on as before, but in place elaborate mechanism to hide what it was doing. Money was transferred into hard to trace bank account in Switzerland. These funds were then used to hire an outside consultant to help win a contract. The consultant would in turn deliver the cash to the ultimate recipient, typically a government official. Siemens apparently had more than 2,700 such consultants worldwide. Bribes which were viewed as a cost of doing business typically range between 5 to 6% of contract value. Although corrupt countries bribed could be much 40% of the contract value. So once they have Germany has changed the law, the Siemens company has also changed their policy. Siemens company also came up with a new strategy with the new thing. They used to hire consultants. So they had 2,700 consultants. They used to pay money, the consultancy fees, and these consultants were taking money bribe to the government officials. So it was the same thing. یعنی دو پانزه یکسی پیش خودشان پول مینداختن میدادن، حالی با 2700 فکر کنین کمپانی کنسلتنسی های ده شرکت های مشاورتی و که داشتن امرایز و قرارداد کردن و قراردادی که میگرفتن یا امرایزی قرارداد میکنن و شرکت های مشاورتی که بودن یا پول میگرفتن میرفتن به اونم کسی که مسئولش بود به او پول میرساندن تا او قرارداد کمپانی اینمی شرکت مشورتی و قرارداد به کمپانی سیمنز بگیره. یعنی 2.1 همو پیسه بودن که یا میدادن از یک جای به جای دیگه. So that's how they have done. Yes, so the scheme began to collapse at Siemens when investigators in several countries began to examine suspicious transactions. Prosecutors in Italy, Switzerland sent requests for help to counterparts in Germany, providing a list of 7 employees who were implicated in making illegal payment. In late 2006, the German police acted, raiding the company, seizing data and arresting several executives. Shortly afterward, the United States started to look into these charges. Since Siemens had a listing on the New York Stock Exchange, it had to adhere to the Foreign Corrupt Practice Act, which outlaws payment to government officials to win contract. At the end of the day, Siemens had to pay not only 1.6 billion in fine, but also commit spending 1 billion to improve its internal compliance process, while several executives went to jail. So after the scandal have found in Italy, in Switzerland, they have requested that most of the Siemens employees are involved in illegal payments. So in 2006, the German police raided their house, arresting their executive top level employees. They have what we call it, they have arrested them and they have shot, but they were also registered in New York exchange rate. So not only they have paid 1.6 billion in fine, but also they have spent $1 billion to improve their internal compliance process. To improve یعنی نه تنها که مثلا بعد از اینکه دوسیه را یا کشیدن پیدا کردن کشور جرمنی مثلا سر کمپانیاشون چاپا انداختن دستگیر کردن منیجرهای مدیرایشان و تانستن که نت یا خود استاک اکسچنج امریکا هم راجستر بودن 1.6 بیلیون دلار جرمانه پرداختن و پس 1 بیلیون دلار را سر مصرف کردن که داخل کمپانی چون مشکلاتی که داشتن باید او را از بین ببرن. So that's how they have been prosecuted. So at the end, who have gained again the 1.6 billion went to the government economy. It's not a small amount. So in September, so that's a case study regarding Siemens. So what we have discussed, why we are discussing these issues, that we till now we have discussed what are international business, export, imports, contracts, cultural issue, advantage of international business, but these things are also happening in international market. There is a black market as well, money laundering issues, crimes, taking money. There are different ways that people are getting money from other sources. So that's why we need to see this in practical, that there are cases as well that people are facing with that. So you need to, as an international student, business student, you need to understand what's happening in international market, crimes, fines, robbery, also not showing your real profits, hiding the profits, showing more profits, companies why they are doing these scandals. You can find the big companies are involved in crimes. So it's not only small companies, but other companies are also involved in these issues. So I hope you have learned something from this case study. You can also search other case studies in Google, so you can find it, and it's very useful to read it, and it's very useful to get something from it. So it helps you on a practical basis. So theory, as I have said on my first class, theory is something you can find everywhere, but the most important is that you should know what's happening in the real world. So inshallah we'll go in next class we'll discuss our own topics.